Hey guys, this is Admiral Seabass, and welcome back to my war room, and welcome back to Operation Fulda Gap. This is U.S. Global Command turn 6.4. Okay, couple items of housekeeping. First, we're zoomed in on Cuba here because when I took Cuba, I earned my land battle star, and the U.S. Global Command earns a land battle star if it wins a battle involving 5+ Soviet Global Command units. Well, as soon as I declared war on Cuba, it aligned to the Soviets, and so those units were considered Soviet for the purposes of the battle. So I either get a minor army base upgrade or a minor army base. Well, I don't have any minor army bases left to upgrade in home country, so I'll take the minor army base and I'll put it here in the Northeast United States. Another bit of housekeeping is when Captain G made his attack in A3, he moved this sub into A3 and fired a cruise missile. But in doing that, it would have been able to shoot at the sub along with the ASW helos before they died. So he just unwound that attack, and his sub is back here in A15 on silent running. Okay. So, first thing is facility repair. We are going to pay 2 to pay off the 2 damage on the Nicaragua minor airbase, and you'll see why that is later. And then I think what is next on our handy dandy sheet here? Repair damage, now technology research. Okay, here's my tech dice. So, Tech 1 is PGMs. I need an 8 or higher. Tech 4 is Caterpillar Drive. I need an 8 or higher, putting 2 dice on that. Tech 7 is SDI. I need a 10 or higher. Tech 9 is Advanced Air Superiority Fighters. Need a 7 or higher. Still don't have a randomizer. But, and props to Flak 88 for turn 6.1 picking up an ungodly amount of dice in his hands and rolling them. Nice job, Flak 88. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's a miss. And I believe that's a miss. But the other 2 are hits. So I got Caterpillar Drive, and I got Advanced Air Superiority Fighters. Okay, very good. So Caterpillar Drive goes to stage 3, and Advanced Air Superiority Fighters are complete. That will not change my buy this turn, but that does mean that I get, I can now purchase those moving forward. Okay, so purchase. Well, military aid is first. So NATO for 6 IPP, they're going to get a nuclear attack sub, or what we call an SSN. And then South Africa, with their -1 discount for arms sales for 2, they're going to get a light infantry. And then regular purchase, 2 light infantry for 6, Marine for 4, SAM for 3, attack helicopter for 6, amphibious assault ship for 6, 2 destroyers for 6, and for 12, and 2 frigates for 6 completes my purchase. Okay. Combat moves. We have a few. So first, technically a combat move, and this is, you can already tell this is the one combat move I wasn't necessarily ready for. But let me grab another piece here. Well, shoot. Definitely wasn't ready for this. So I'll have to open my box. I'm moving 2 of these ASW helos from A24 to A18 on ASW Air Patrol. That is a combat move. All right, so that is cleared. Okay. And then the big one is we're going to have a fleet battle here in A3. And let me go broad. So staying behind in A24 will be the ASW Helo, the 2 boomers, 1 cruiser, and 1 supercarrier. Everything else, I shouldn't say everything else. Let's do the subs first. These SSNs will go A-18, A-15, and then I have 3 cruise missiles, or anti-ship missiles on my dashboard. They can fire 2 each. So they will fire 3 total anti-ship missiles into the combat here against Captain G's fleet in A3, which I have already moved to the battle board. I've already moved his fleet. And then everything else in A24, which includes 1 cruiser, 2 destroyers, 2 frigates, an air superiority fighter, and 2 fighters, will go 1, 2, 3 into this battle. They will be joined by 2 attack bombers from southern U.S., which is just off camera there. Can't see it. So I got 2 attack bombers in southern U.S. Hang on just a minute. Yeah, they will go northeastern U.S., A-18, A-15, and A-3. They'll have 5 movement left. And my intended destination for them is Extremadura, which is 5 away. Just noting that now, so there's no question about the audit. So those will also go on this card, along with the anti-ship missiles. And then finally joining the party will be this Top Gun air superiority fighter, and this fighter from Iceland will also join that party. So let me pick that up carefully and move that over to the battle board vicinity, and then I'll show you my remaining combat moves. All right. I need a good place for you to see this next one. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let me move this stuff, or at least orient it differently. From Great Lakes, my strategic bomber will go 1 to Ontario, 2 to Northwest Territories. Then he will enter the Arctic Circle for an additional 2 movement points. So now he's used 4 movement points. We will slide all the way over here to northern Russia, where he's still in the Arctic Circle. Can you see that? I think you can. Okay. Then he will go to N1, that's 5, northern Russia 6, Moscow 7, Smolensk 8, and eastern Ukraine 9, where he will conduct carpet bombing against the 2 paramilitary in eastern Ukraine. Okay. Then over here, let's back this up without destroying everything. Okay. This strategic bomber in Suez at the U.S. Air Base will go to M8, M4, M2, and then to M3, where he will fire 2 cruise missiles. And there's nothing in scramble range. He will fire 2 cruise missiles into a surgical strike in Veneto with our spy satellite. Okay, now let me double check my handy dandy cheat sheet here and see if I missed anything. In combat movement, we got Veneto, we got A-18 ASW Air Patrol, we got the A-3 Fleet Assault, we've got Eastern Ukraine. Okay, that's it. So let's start rolling some dice. I want to do the smaller battles first, so let's do the Veneto Surgical Strike. Soviets have a SAM there, they have AMD. I have 2 cruise missiles, so he'll get 2 shots at 4 against my cruise missiles. Any that survive will get shots at 5 or less. So let's just use these 2 purple dice for the 2 4s against the 2 cruise missiles in Veneto. Miss, miss. All right, let's use the same dice And we're looking for 5s or less. And there's a 4. So with our spy satellite, I'm sure my opponents will be shocked to realize that I will target select the Warsaw Pact artillery. Let's take that, and let's take this. Put it back on my dashboard. All right. Then let's do the carpet bombing. In eastern Ukraine, I've got 5 dice at 2 or less. And I will just grab these 2 and these 3. And we're looking for 2s. Ah, there's 1 2. Excellent. Okay, so reflect 1 paramilitary dies in eastern Ukraine. All right, now for the big fleet battle and air battle. So, first of all, let me move my tablet here with my cheat sheet. I'll have to come back to that later. I've already got Captain G's defenders set up. He's got 2 Top Gun ASFs defending at 8 air superiority, 1 regular ASF air superiority fighter defending at 7. He's elected for his frigates to go missile defense in round 1, so that'll be 2 shots at 4. He's got his supercarrier defending at 2, his destroyer defending at 4, his cruiser defending at 6, and his ASW helicopters will retire because I didn't bring any subs to the party. Okay. So in attack, let me move this stuff over. I've got 3 anti-ship missiles, which if they survive, we'll be able to have first strike at 5 or less. I've got 2 attack bombers at 7, which have naval combat and can hit ships. I have my own air superiority fighter at a 5, Top Gun air superiority fighter at a 6, and then I'm bringing 3 fighters to the party, all of which will be air superiority on first round. Because I don't have PGMs complete, they can't hit ships anyway. So, and then I have my own cruiser at a 6, 2 destroyers at 4, and have my own 2 frigates at 2. Okay, so let's see how we can get some dice into this. All right, let me pull them down. See if you can see it this way. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's do that. Okay, so first of all, the 2 frigates get AMD at 4 or less. It's the first thing we've got to do. There's 1 hit. That dice was cocked. I'm going to re-roll it. That's a miss. So 1 anti-ship missile goes down to missile defense. And then the remaining 2, and I just realized I have to open my tablet again for the casualty order. The remaining 2 get 5 or less. And there's 1 hit. So I think Captain G wanted to take that on the supercarrier. But let me check that. There's no target select for anti-ship missiles in regular combat, FYI, for those. Let's see. Regular combat. Yes, he wants to take a damage on the supercarrier first. Alright. Damaged supercarrier. These ASMs. Just realized I forgot to do missile production for the US, so I have to clean that up in end of turn phase. Okay, so the missiles have fired, the frigates have fired their AMD, and now we move to regular combat. So, all right, let's. I like to start from the top, so let's do 2 7s for my attack bombers. And they both miss. And let's do a 6 for my cruiser. That's a hit, so that would be a general hit. would have been a target select for a 1. Okay, so I've got 1 general hit, 2 destroyers at a 4. There's 1 hit, another general hit. And then I got 2 frigates at 2. Both miss. And then a whole crap ton of air. So let's see. Let's roll the 3 fighters with 3 fighters at 6 air superiority. There's 2 hits, Captain G, for air superiority. Let me get a different dice to denote those. 2 air superiority. And then I've got at a 5 my regular air superiority fighter. That's a 9. And then at a 6 my Top Gun. That's a 9. That's also a miss. Okay. So let's go ahead and assign hits now. So he's going to lose one of the ASFs and the regular. He's going to lose one of the Top Guns and one of the regulars, ASFs, and then he's going to lose, let's see, both of the frigates, which have already fired, so they'll be gone. All right. So now we will go to Captain G's response. Apologies. So we'll start at the top again. So he will go his cruiser at a 6. That's a miss. That's an 11. His destroyer at a 4. That's a 2. Would be a sub-target select, but I didn't bring any subs. So we'll reflect 1 general hit. And then his supercarrier at a 2. Oh my gosh, his supercarrier hit. Okay, and then we have 2 Top Gun ASFs at 8, which will be the green dice. 1 regular ASF at 7, which will be the purple dice. There's 2 hits, which is about average. So he's got 2 air superiority hits. So in the first round, even though I had double pip strength, he has managed to do an equal amount of casualties. Why can't I find my... Oh, okay. So he did 2 air superiority casualties and 2 regular casualties. Okay. So for the air superiority casualties, I will take 1 air superiority fighter and I will take 1 regular fighter. And then his air superiority fighter and his Top Gun are gone. And then I have to take 2 more general casualties. So I will take the 2 frigates. Okay, now we go to round 2. Now, my planes will go over here to the 6 box, but they can only hit his air superiority fighter. Same with my air superiority fighter. Can only hit his. All right. So my plane hits, my fighter hits have to be directed against his remaining plane. They cannot be directed against his surface ships because I don't have PGM tech completed. In this game, fighters cannot attack enemy naval surface ships without PGM completed. All right. So let's go to round 2. So I'll start at the top again. 2 attack bombers at a 7. And they have both missed again. All right, 2 fighters at a 6. 1 hit. So we'll just immediately do that. I don't even need to roll. I will roll. I'll go ahead and roll now for my air superiority fighter at a 6. That's an 8. That's a miss. So Captain G, I've already directed the fighter hit against your air superiority fighter. All right, my cruiser at a 6. That's a miss. And my 2 destroyers at 4s. That's 1 general hit. All right, and the rules direct us to go ahead and do the casualties now. So I've already hit his air superiority fighter. So now he wants to take He said he would take the Top Gun Air Superiority Fighter in a regular combat hit, but he already had to take that. So he said he would now take the second hit on the carrier for this one, which we will go ahead and do. All right. So now Captain G gets to respond. So we will start at the top again, and we will go for his cruiser. That's a general hit. Okay, we will go for his destroyer at a 4. It's also a general hit. And then we will go for his super carrier at a 2. That missed. And then his Top Gun at an 8. And that hits. That's an air superiority hit. All right, so I have to take 2 general hits and an air superiority hit. So I'll go ahead and clear that because it's dead. For my air superiority hit, I will take a fighter. And then I have to take 2 general hits. So I will go ahead and take the 2 general hits. Well, I'm going to stay. I really want to stay in the battle, so I'll probably take, since they're going to retire anyway, I'll take the air superiority fighter and the fighter. Okay, because they were going to have to retire in round 2 because they no longer had eligible targets on the other side. So let's press the attack. All right, let's see if my attack bombers can redeem themselves. So 2 attack bombers at 7 or less. They both miss again. Okay, a cruiser at 6. That's a general hit. And then 2 destroyers at a 4. There's 1 more general hit. Okay, so Captain G said now it would be destroyer and carrier would be taken. So his destroyer will die and his carrier will now die as well. All right, so let's see what they can do in response. So Captain G, let's start at the top. Cruiser at a 6. That's a general hit. Destroyer at a 4. That's a miss. Super carrier at a 2. That's a miss. All right, so I have to take 1 more general hit. And I will take the destroyer. All right, so his super carrier is gone. His destroyer is gone. And do I press the attack further? Yeah, why not? I mean, surely my attack bombers can't miss again, right? So 2 7s. Finally, out of 8 dice rolled, out of 7 or less, I got 1 hit. Cruiser for overkill is a miss. Destroyer for overkill is a miss. Now his cruiser gets to shoot in response. Watch him roll a 1 here. Oh, didn't. He rolled a 9, so he missed. All right, so his cruiser dies. And I do take a 3. I killed a super carrier, which is huge. But I lost quite a bit in taking that. In fact, I lost all my planes in taking that, except my attack bombers. All right, his ASW helicopters die. And then I have a cruiser and a frigate left there. All right, so let's go to non-combat movement. Oh gosh. The only thing bad about tripods is you got to watch where you're putting it because you knock stuff over. Okay, the 2 attack bombers have 5 movement left. They will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Extremadura. I think you can see that. Okay, And then right as soon as I walked up to my tablet, it decided it was going to sleep. So that was very nice. All right, what are my other non-combat moves? Oh, so sea lift. This rocket artillery in southern U.S. will sea lift through the minor shipyard, and he will go A-29, A-30, A-32, and into the minor port in Portugal. All right. The airborne infantry, now at a undamaged minor airbase, will airlift to Marmara. The 2 light infantry from southern United States, using my last 2 airlift and using the major airbase, will all airlift to, I think, Marmara. Let me check my notes. Yes, Marmara. I will use air redeployment from the supercarrier in I-6. Actually, he could probably just get there on his own, but either way, it doesn't matter. The air superior fighter on the supercarrier in I-6 will air redeploy to Marmara. The strategic bomber in eastern Ukraine will land in Marmara. The strategic bomber in M3 will also land in Marmara. I think that's right. Yep. Okay. Using regular airborne movement, and again, the undamaged airbase, the airborne from southern U.S. will move from Nicaragua will move 1, 2, 3 to southern U.S. The 3 next-gen MBTs will move Honduras and then into Nicaragua. The fighter that's in Nicaragua will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to northeastern U.S. My ballistic missile subs that are in A-24 will go A-29, A-34, A-33, and end up in port here. And I'm just going to put the camera down because I have another movement here. In port here at the minor shipyard in Gulf states. The amphibious assault ship will come out of port. He'll pick up the Marines and the SPAG and the attack helo in Cuba. He will come up here to A-24. He will unload the 2 Marines, the attack helo, and the SPAG into northeastern United States, and then he will go import at the major shipyard in northeast U.S., which reminds me I earned my Naval Battle Star by winning that battle against Captain G, which I'll just do that at the end of the turn. Okay. Let's see, what else? The fighter from Extremadura will go 1, 2, 3, 4 into Lazio. And then I think this is my last move. The supercarrier and cruiser will also go import at the major shipyard there in what's it called? Northeastern United States. I can't remember what it's North US, Northern US, Northeastern United States. So anyway, okay, let me double check if I had any non-combat that I missed. don't think so. Still in a little bit of shock that how bad the A3 battle went, even though I won. I had 86 pips to his 43 pips. So for me to survive with a couple units and for it to go 3 rounds kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. But my attack bombers missing were just... I should have been getting 3 hits over 3 rounds with them, not 1 hit over 3 rounds. Anyway, dice or dice. Okay, I think that's it for non-combat. Okay, so since I won my Naval Battle Star, I will be upgrading this minor shipyard here to a major. It has to produce this turn as a minor, but it is a major now. So, and then I've got some stuff to place. So all right. So the minor shipyard here will produce the 2 frigates, and they will go in port there at what is now the major shipyard. Okay. The major shipyard here will produce the amphibious assault ship and the 2 destroyers. And those will all go in port there together. Okay. Could you see that? Please tell me you could see that. Yeah, I think you could see that. Okay. So, the light infantry. One will be built here in Northeast U.S. Well, it's got a major army base and a minor army base. The other will actually be built down here in Nicaragua. All right, that's the light infantry. The Marine will be built at the major army base here in northeastern U.S. The the attack helicopter and the SAM will also be built at the major army base and the minor air base, or the major air base. Yeah, the minor air base. And then I believe I build 1 anti-ship missile and 2 cruise missiles on my dashboard. All right, so 2 cruise missiles there, 1 anti-ship missile there. All right, now let's collect income. Oh, military aid. Light infantry will be delivered to the minor air base in South Africa. The NATO nuclear attack sub, or SSN, will be delivered to the minor shipyard there in A15. Okay, so collect income. Anything else here? My handy dandy sheet. So I'm at a base 48 for my adjustments. I'm morning again in America +8 and the oil tanker -2. So I'm at 48 plus 6 is, math is hard, 54. And I have to subtract from my aid to the Pacific. Which is a 2. So that's -3 more. And because math is hard, come on, tablet. $51 IPP cash on hand for the United States Global Command for turn 7.4. All right, take care, everyone.